Hi Tony, how are you doing? Did you find the way or right here? How did you come here?
Oh yeah, I just drove here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you find parking? Because it's a little bit tricky spot here.
It's not too bad. It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Before we start, would you like any cup of tea, coffee, or just water to start?
No, I'm fine.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm fine.
So before we start, Tony, I would like to mention that anything we say here is private and confidential. I'm not gonna share your information with anyone.
Yeah.
Whatever you're gonna tell me is safe here. And I'm gonna share your information only with your consent if I'm about to refer you, or if there is a risk of harm of you or someone else. I have to report this. I have to do a
Risk
mandatory
of harm?
report.
What do you mean?
If there is a risk of harm of you or someone else, that you're about to harm yourself
Right.
or someone else.
Okay, is that part of your due diligence?
Yes, that's it.
As a counsellor?
Is that okay with you? You agree with that?
Well, I'm here now, so yeah, I guess I'm okay.
Okay. So, Tony,
Yes.
I know a little bit of your story that the your work council told me, but and I can understand that you've been through a difficult situation at the moment. But can you tell me a little bit more of your story?
Well, I've been through a difficult situation. I'm still going through a difficult situation. You know, what did the counsellor tell you?
He told me that you lost your wife and you have difficult time. No, she didn't share a lot of private information.
She didn't get into detail.
No, she didn't, and that's why you're here. So I want you to tell me your story, please.
Well, obviously, you know, to the extent, yes, what you just said, that my wife did pass away last year. We were together for a long time. We immigrated from Scotland to Australia years ago together. And we built a very good life for ourselves, had a beautiful family, and we've got two lovely kids. I've got a daughter and a son. And obviously, you know, like, you don't expect what life throws at you. And, you know, we were on the right path and we're having a great time and a great family and everything was amazing, full of love and happiness. And last year she was tragically taken away from me. She passed away last year. And I've struggled. I've really struggled through the grieving process. And, you know, it's almost like, it's a surreal feeling, almost like, you know, till this day, even though it's a year, I still can't believe she's gone. And it's been a difficult time. It threw me into a very dark place, and unfortunately, as much as I thought I was strong, obviously I'm not when it came to that situation, because she was my world. And in order to numb the pain, I've been drinking, and a little bit too excessive, I'd say. Yeah, and I can feel myself slipping through my drinking, you know, and
Does that make it difficult, your drinking situation?
absolutely,
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, because it's now become a matter of, in order to forget and numb the pain, that I have to resort to drinking, resort to the bottle. Like, I come home and I just feel I feel so overwhelmed with so much going on in life at the moment, and so much has been put on my shoulders, that my only outlet is hitting the bottle, you know, drinking.
Yeah.
It started off with one or two drinks, but now I can tell it's starting to get excessive.
I can see that you're going through a difficult situation, and
You've got no idea.
yeah,
It's really hard.
I don't know exactly the feeling, but I can slightly understand that it's a difficult situation.
My world's been shattered.
Yeah.
Everything's turned upside down. You know, where it used to be daylight last year, it's darkness now. You know, it's I'm really struggling.
And also you mentioned that you don't feel you feel weak and you don't feel strong anymore.
I feel weak, I feel inadequate, and I feel like that I'm letting my children down as well.
Yeah.
You know, I feel like I'm not the best parent in this current climate, in this situation. You know, and especially when I revert to alcohol, I can see them when they see me drink. Like, I generally try to drink when they're not around, but you know, they're not stupid. They see it, and you know.
So what's the situation at home? Like, when are you drinking? You drinking?
I generally drink of an evening. Like, I work during the day, and work is just like the days just coast through. It's like they're numb.
Now I've seen on your file that you have like a break from your work, that and just to take your time because you can't focus and you can't work really
Yeah,
much at the moment.
I struggle.
Yeah,
I struggle.
and that's why you took the some days off.
Yes.
And what's the situation with your boss? Is he okay with that?
Look,
is she helping you?
You know what? Luckily, I have to say that my boss is very understanding in this situation. He knows, you know, it's a difficult. He knows it's a difficult time. He's got compassion and empathy. He understands also, but the reality of it is he still is a boss. He's running a business, so you know I feel that I'm slipping in work a little bit, and I don't want to. You know, I don't want my situation to reflect poorly on my work. I'm very blessed that he's a great guy and he's really understanding. But again, I don't know for how long.
Yeah.
You know.
So you have a thoughts that you might lose your job.
I think about it all the time.
Yeah.
I think about it all the time because through this period I lack motivation. You know, some days I don't want to get out of bed, and if I don't get out of bed, I don't go to work, and if I don't go to work, I can't provide for my children. Like, I'm really struggling.
Yeah. And
I'm worried, you know, like obviously, you know, it's a compound effect, like I was saying, and I'm worried because I'm a single parent now. I'm doing it tough. And if I don't better myself or snap out of this situation, or, you know, I also have the fear that I might lose my kids. And that's the scariest.
But yes, but actually look where you are. You're here. That's so strength. Okay?
Yeah.
That's so that you have the willing. You wanna change these chains. You want to make it happen.
If I don't, I'm gonna lose everything. If I don't, I'm gonna lose everything. I had an epiphany. And if I don't do something about it, I'm going to lose everything, starting with my kids. So I can't lose them. I've already lost my wife, you know, the love of my life, and I can't lose my kids as well.
Yeah, but you come here, it shows strength, not weakness.
I appreciate that, yes.
So maybe you're not that weak as you think.
Well, I never was. I just, you know, through this period. So I need to strengthen myself again.
And this space is to support you, not judge you.
I appreciate that.
Okay?
Yes, yeah.
So, at home, you're mentioning you're drinking.
Yes.
So you mentioned that mostly happening at night.
It generally does. Yes. Yeah. Generally, like, you know, obviously I have a tough day. You know, sometimes I might have one or two at the pub if we go for lunch with the boys at work, but. It generally happens when I come home, you know, after we eat and everything, once the kids kind of drift off into their own space or go to sleep, whatever, that's pretty much when
And
I start to have that.
and the kids are in bed.
Generally, yes. Yeah.
So in that situation, that shows a good thing.
Right. How?
You don't wanna drink in front of the kids.
Yeah, I'm trying not to expose that side.
Yeah. So that's something.
Okay.
Okay. And you mentioned that you have help from your older daughter.
Yeah, look, God bless her. She's an amazing child. I mean, she's been through a lot too, losing her mother. It's, you know, obviously the kids. It's been very, very difficult on them, but she's shown more resilience and strength during this period, and she helps me a lot with my younger one. Sometimes I feel like she mothers me, so she's been really, really helpful. Yes, yeah, she helps me a lot.
Oh, that's amazing. She
It
must
is.
be.
She's a lot stronger than me.
She's strong, and I think you're a strong person as well because you're passing that difficult situation and you're doing this for your children. You don't want to lose them. You said, and you
That's
don't
why
want
I'm here. That's
you
why
don't
I'm
want to
here.
lose your job. And
I'm here because I don't want to lose my children,
Yeah.
and I definitely can't. I can't afford to lose my job because that's our support network.
we are here to help you. You're not alone on this. We might not know exactly the feeling, but we know how to help you, and you have all the support from us.
What kind of support are we talking?
Look, let's start with some thoughts to show you some technique. It's a technique that like externalized your thoughts and your problem, separates your thoughts from your problem.
Okay.
So, for example, you said, oh, I'm weak, or I can't cope, or this,
Yeah, I'm finding it difficult to cope.
and instead of say I'm weak or I'm falling or I can't cope, we look at the problem something outside of you. Okay.
Right.
So, if you could give me a name of the thing that's overwhelming you, the thing that makes you drink at the night, what would you call it?
Depression.
Yep. And pressure as well.
Absolutely pressure.
Yeah. So this is the pressure that is like weighing on the chest.
Absolutely.
Okay.
100%.
So instead of saying you are the problem, let's say the pressure is pushing you around.
Right.
This is the
So-
the pressure show up.
The
Where
pressure.
does the pressure shows up the most?
The pressure's controlling me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. So, what does the pressure tell you?
Well, look, obviously the pressure makes me, you know, that I can't do this alone, you know, and that, you know, my wife Sue should be here helping me. That I'm not enough.
And what do you want to say back to the pressure?
I don't know, that I'm trying, that I'm doing my best, and especially that the kids need me. You know, I don't know. That's what I want to say. I want to say that I'm bloody trying. You know, the kids need me. I see them, and I can tell they need me.
Tony, that's powerful, and you're already taking back to it. So you're separating the thoughts and the problems. So it's not you the problem.
Right.
Okay. Another technique that I want to introduce you in is the narrative technique.
Right.
It's gonna help you reshape your story from helplessness to capability. So you've been telling me the story of how hard things have been.
Yes.
And it's totally understandable.
Absolutely.
Okay. And that story is real.
Yeah.
But I want to explore another part of your story.
Okay.
The part that shows your strength. Okay. Can you tell me a moment that recently when you handled something well, even if something was more?
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Try to think.
Yeah.
Relax.
Yeah. can I just get a glass of water?
Okay, take your time. It's also understandable. Give me a second.
Yeah. Yeah, thanks a lot.
There you are. So,
Okay,
so
So I'll give you an example
Yes.
of recently my son Peter had a nightmare. I could hear him screaming from his room, and I could tell he was having a nightmare. And usually my wife Sue would just bounce at that situation. She'd run in and she'd she'd take care of that situation. She was always amazing with the kids. But yeah, of late I heard him having a nightmare, and I went in and I sat with him, and reflected on it, had a bit of a chat, and I noticed that calmed him down.
So that's a big moment, actually, Tony. What does it actually say about you as a father?
Well, basically, just it says that I can be there for my kids. I can be there for them.
It shows that you can do it on your own as well. Maybe we need a little bit more try.
Right.
And what would Sue, if she was seeing that situation, what she would think or would tell you?
Honestly, man, she'd probably say that she's so proud of me.
I'm sure she would. I'm 100% sure that she
Yeah.
would feel so proud of you. So that's part of your story too, Tony. The story of a dad who shows up even when he's hurting, even you don't feel 100%, when you feel weak, and you have all this grief and sadness. You're there for your children, okay?
Right.
And I know you can do better because you're here and you want this happen.
Yeah. I do want to do better for them.
You don't feel strong, but maybe you're stronger than you think. And you're gonna keep building that story together. That's why we're here, so we can help you.
I definitely want to pick up the pieces and be stronger for my kids and build that. I have to be stronger.
That's important.
I want Sue to be proud of me.
Everything will be fine, Tony, and I know that you're showing that you're a good dad and you know things to change. You have your children, you have your daughter. I know that she's taking more responsibilities now, that it's normal, and she's helping you a lot.
She's fantastic.
Yeah.
I think I've just lost the belief, I lost the belief through this period, and I've lost myself. It's not an easy thing to process, and I think, obviously that the fear factor came into play too much, and that's why, I try to numb it with alcohol, but I really, 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 I really want you to be proud of me.
And would you want your kids knowing and feeling that they have a strong dad?
It's the most important thing. It's the most important thing.
Yeah. So maybe we
I have to become the role model and the father that
That's exactly right.
they deserve.
Look, the one good thing is that you're not showing that you're drinking in front of the kids.
Right.
But it might get tricky sometimes because they're not seeing you drunk, but they can see the alcohol, and
that's what I'm afraid of.
yeah, they can see the alcohol, or maybe they can smell the alcohol, and we should start try to control this. How many like drinks you're having?
Well,
Night per day average?
Well, the thing is, I generally come, like when they go to bed, I'll generally start off with maybe 1 or 2 beers. But then because obviously I like scotch, I have a few. So I'd say I have about 5 or so glasses of scotch plus a 2, so probably about seven or odd drinks. So it's a lot.
It's a lot.
It doesn't. I don't feel it at the time because I generally have that, and then I just
Do
pass
you
out
do this
to forget,
to forget and try to make you
cope.
cope and sleep easily? Because
It puts me to sleep. Yeah.
and okay,
Yeah.
because you can't sleep easily. You're overthinking.
I overthink everything. It's just too much. Too much for my brain to process.
Yeah.
I overthink everything. It's too much. So I it started off 1 or 2 drinks was just to relax me. Now it's a bit more excessive, and I find that knocks me out.
Look, it's totally understandable that your loss is fresh,
Absolutely.
and it's hard to manage all this situation because you have your ex-wife, you have your wife, that she was handling with the kids and taking pressure of this, and you were doing other situations.
Exactly. We had our roles. She was a great mum.
Now it's a period that we need to be there for the kids because it's important, and you have the sleep problem. Okay, how you think you'll go to bed without drinking? What can we do? I wanna suggest or recommend something.
Right.
If we ask for a prescription of a doctor or a GP,
Right.
that can give you something to make you feel more relaxed and go to bed easily.
Right.
And I think that can help you with alcohol is when you take that medication, the help, you're not supposed to drink. Would you be able to do this? Would you be able to take the medication
And not drink.
and no drink? Because you said you're not drinking, that's why you're not sleeping, that's why you're drinking. What if you
Substitute the alcohol with
exactly
something else.
with sleep, that you make you feel more relaxed and you make you feel more
Well,
calm,
look.
and the next day you'll be more fresh and you have clear thought. You'll help your kids with the school. Don't need your daughter take all that pressure.
I need that.
Yep.
I definitely need that. Yes.
Maybe we can
100%.
start
Right.
as a trial for a week.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna prepare a form for the JP to refer you, and you're gonna tell him about your sleeping problems, and to give you something is gonna help you for the sleep.
Right.
So the other thing I wanna do, make you, I know it's gonna be not the best thing for you at the time, but I wanna put you some homework.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna tell it to you. If you wanna do it, do it. And I think it's gonna be helpful.
Okay.
Okay. So Tony, today you separated yourself from the pressure. Okay. You said the pressure is that makes you feel that way. Okay?
Yes.
And you found moments that show your strength as a father.
Yes.
And that's important work.
Yes.
You're trying, and for this week, I want to give you a simple worksheet to help you keep building your story.
Okay.
Okay. So, I'm gonna write here some questions,
Yeah.
and I want you to answer these at home when you feel ready, when you feel calm.
Okay. Okay.
So, one is name the problem. I want you to answer. What name would you give to the thing that overwhelms you? When does it show up most?
Right.
Okay. And when it does, what does it say to you? Then, last one. What do you want to say back? Okay, that's the first homework. Second, I want to reauthoring your story. I want you to write one moment this week, now it's gonna come, where you handled something really well. Okay?
Okay.
And I want you to answer me, what does this moment say about your strength? And I want you to answer as well, what does she say if she saw you doing this? Okay? And last one, I want you to put a new meaning. So what new story about yourself do you want to build? I want you to write me a story. What story you wanna build for yourself? Okay? You wanna what you wanna be.
Okay.
I think that's gonna be really helpful. Okay? You wanna be the dad that you have the struggles now, or maybe you wanna be something else. How does it sound to you, Tony?
I think it sounds okay. It's something I need to work through.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'm here for a reason, so I'm going to take your advice on board and try to work through these things. Otherwise, I'll end up finding myself in more of a difficult situation. So,
Would you be able to try to do these things this week?
yes. Yeah, I'm going to try to implement all these things this week, yes.
Okay. So, a bit of summary. Tell me your story. We do some techniques together. We externalize your thoughts. We reoffering your thoughts and find your strengths today. And we talk about gonna do the referral to the GP to give you the sleeping pills,
The antidote, so I don't drink.
the sleeping pills, and I believe it's gonna be really helpful because I've personally used them many times and that helped me a lot.
Okay.
And I give you about the homework you're gonna do. Is the questions I wanna ask and the story I want you to write.
Right.
So, Tony.
Yes.
I wanna see you. If this week you're gonna do this, and let's say in 2 weeks, so you're gonna say between 15th or 16th, it's better for you.
Either or is fine. Whichever day. It's
Okay.
fine. I'm generally free.
And I have availability for 12 or 1 p.m. What time suits you?
Probably 1 p.m.
Okay,
Yeah.
1 p.m. on the 15th.
Yeah, I'll just take some time off work.
Okay. That's all for today, Tony, and I'm looking forward to see you next time and to see how you're progressing. And I'm sure that when I see you, a lot of things will be different.
Fingers crossed. I look forward to that too. Thank you for your time.
Okay, I'll
I
see
really
you next
appreciate
week.
it. Okay.
In 2 weeks. Bye bye.
Done. Amazing.